Hello, welcome to another video. You are looking at my network cabinet, and these are the various bits that are inside it, and that there is an Apple AirPort Extreme. But one of the problems with having an AirPort Extreme inside a network cabinet and acting as your wireless is that it's a stupid place to put it, really, let's be honest, because when you shut the cabinet up, then it's going to slightly attenuate the signal and your wireless is not going to be very good. So what I was doing, what I have been doing for wireless, is to use a HomePlug adapter. So you can see in the back of the cabinet I have a HomePlug adapter, and if I just wander down here and I go down the hall here and I come through here into, hello George, come through into the kitchen, you will see that the other end of the HomePlug is there in the wall, and that is a wireless access point that is acting as my wireless. Let's just have a look down here. There's one of the wired cables that I've had strung in all the way around from my network cabinet. But the reason that I did that was so that I didn't have to use these HomePlug adapters, because they are just a little bit on the rubbish side. I have a plan, and my plan is to use an old wireless hub. This is a BT Business Hub 5. It's pretty much exactly the same as the Home Hub 5, just has slightly different firmware on it. And somebody actually commented on one of the other network videos that I did and said, why aren't I using a wireless access point? Why didn't I string some extra cables? And actually, you're right, that's a really good point. So what I'm going to do is to use this as my wireless access point and plug that in to one of the other locations that I've got inside the house. Right. So the home plug, as you can see, is gone because it is now later. My AirPort is still in the cabinet, but I have switched off wireless, you'll be pleased to know. So that is literally just running as my router, and I'll talk a bit more about that in a moment. So if I go in here, oh no, let's go through here first. And if we look here, that's where the other home plug was. That is now gone. And what we have instead, if I go over here and we look behind the TV, you can see there, just about, if I sort of lift it up a bit, there is the BT hub. And there's an Ethernet cable. It's starting to look a bit untidy back here. I need to do something about that. But there is an Ethernet cable running back there into my switch, which is sort of perched precariously on the floor just there. So that is now generating the wireless. Okay, I know what you're thinking. It's behind a big metal TV, so that's not the greatest place to put it. But then, hey, I was previously using Wi-Fi from inside a network cabinet, so I don't know what's worse. So we're going to see whether that is actually going to make any difference. It does work. There's no doubt that I'm now getting a better wireless signal out here, which is probably the worst place in the house where the wireless was. But I've had another thought, funnily enough, while I've been doing this, and it's to do with my AirPort, to do with that device there, which is called Watson. And what I'm thinking of doing with Watson is taking him out there completely and then using my Synology NAS, which is next to it just there, using that as my DHCP server. If you don't know what that is, that's the thing that will assign IP addresses to all the different devices on your network. And that Synology NAS can do that. And also it can connect to a PPoE interface, which means that effectively is your broadband supplier. So that's what Watson is doing, what the AirPort is doing. So effectively I can replace it. So the Synology will then connect into my broadband, and it will also give IP addresses to the devices on my network, meaning that the AirPort then becomes completely redundant. However, my plan would be to take the AirPort, and I think I'm walking back here, and to place it back here, behind this TV here, because this is like the worst place in the house, and also it's a little bit more central perhaps than having that router, that old BT router in the lounge. The other advantage is that so I can plug it in here. I can plug a network cable. This network cable then can go into the airport, and then from the airport you can have a network cable going into the Apple TV, because the airport will act as a switch. So effectively it would be a switch, and it would be a wireless as well. And also the airport is probably a better wireless device than the BT Hub. It's the reason I bought the airport in the first place, to move away from using the mass-produced BT Hub. And I know I had a lot of people comment when I said that about the BT Hub, and I said, oh, it's mass-produced, and they said, yeah, but so is the airport. Yeah, but the point I was trying to make when I said that is that the BT Hub, this little device down here, is really manufactured to effectively give away to customers. It's not given away, you are paying for it, but they say it's free. And of course they produce it in such huge numbers that the components inside are not going to be as good as the components inside something that you're paying, you know, £100-200 for. So yeah, that's my theory anyway. So that's the alternative that I've kind of thought of that I may do, but I'm going to see how this goes for now. I had sort of mixed results. I've been running it like this for about 2 days, and I originally had the BT Hub sitting on the floor, so it was down there, and of course anyone will tell you that you really don't want to put it on the floor. It's a terrible place to put it. So I've now put it behind the TV, but the TV's big and metal behind, so that's probably not good either. So that's why I'm thinking that perhaps this alternative out here would be better. But we'll see how that goes. It would also simplify my network cabinet a little bit by putting the DHCP and the connection into my ISP totally into the Synology, and just getting rid of that device there completely, getting rid of the airport and moving it out to somewhere that was going to make a bit more sense. So there may be another video in this ever expanding network series where I do that, but we will see. I will let you know how I get on with this and whether that's actually working, because the wired side is working really well. I'm very happy with that. It's all really good, but it's the wireless side that's still not as good as it could be. But because that's not really mission critical for me, it's not really causing me massive problems. It just would be nice to kind of tick that box as well. Right, that's it. A lot of waffling in this particular video, but I thought I would follow up as I've done other network videos, and I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, a thumbs up, please, if you enjoyed it, and I will catch you next time.